They want to hide their secrets, and I just love digging away to find out what they don't want us to know.
This isn't just gossip. This is a detonation. A letter so vicious it was hidden like a loaded weapon. A debt so poisonous it could burn down Hollywood's most protected alliance. And a betrayal so personal it threatens to rip apart a marriage already cracking at the seams. Because buried inside a private desk, in a room never meant to be entered, was an ultimatum from Oprah Winfrey to Meghan Markle. And once it leaked, nothing stayed clean. The story explodes the moment Tom Bauer drops his newest bombshell. The same man who already scorched royal reputations now drags readers into a darker room, one lit by fury, unpaid trust, and a friendship turned nuclear. According to his sources, this wasn't a polite note. It wasn't guidance. It was a threat, cold, sharp, and final. Late 2025, Los Angeles. The Arcowell office after hours. A cleaning staffer doing what no one else was allowed to do. Open drawers. And there it was. An envelope jammed deep into a heavy oak desk. No stamp, no return address, just a name written with authority that doesn't ask permission. Oprah. Inside, not kindness, not mentorship, rage. The words read like a relationship autopsy. Support tallied like a balance sheet. Favors no longer called favors, now labeled debts. And then the blade. Repay everything immediately or I will expose you. Expose the schemes, the manipulation, the shadow deals. The things whispered about but never proven. Until now. For years, the public believed Oprah was the fairy godmother of the Sussex reinvention. The woman who opened doors when Britain slammed them shut. The interview that shook the monarchy. The Hollywood stamp of approval. But behind those glossy images, the reality curdled. Trust extended without contracts. Money moved without paperwork. Power shared on faith alone. And faith, according to Bauer's insiders, was abused. When word of the letter starts circulating, panic hits Arcowell like an electrical fire. Meghan storms into an emergency meeting, eyes blazing, voice sharp enough to cut glass. That letter was never supposed to survive. It was meant to disappear, burned, destroyed, erased from existence. But it didn't. And worse, Tom Bauer didn't just have rumors. He had details. The first response is denial. Fast, aggressive, total. Meghan's camp dismisses the letter as fiction, a malicious fantasy designed to tear down a powerful woman. Oprah and Meghan, they insist, are still united, still close, still unbreakable. But denial doesn't smother a fire like this. It feeds it. Suddenly, the internet starts replaying history in slow motion. That explosive 2021 interview. The Netflix millions, the Spotify deals, the meteoric rise. People begin asking the forbidden question, how much of that success was talent and how much was access? Then the whispers get louder. An alleged insider claims Oprah's help went far beyond public appearances. Private advice, quiet introductions, even financial support to stabilize Meghan's American landing. No contracts, no invoices, just trust. Oprah believed repayment wouldn't need to be demanded. Gratitude would handle that. It didn't. Another voice emerges, someone claiming to be Oprah's former driver. And this is where the story turns ugly. He paints a picture of entitlement, impatience, and tension crackling inside luxury cars. Meghan pushing for meetings, for introductions, for results. And when money is mentioned, promises to pay later. Later that never comes. Consulting fees, investor access, media experts, hundreds of thousands quietly fronted. Then radio silence. Arcowell, allegedly, was too strained to prioritize personal debts. Translation? You're not getting paid. At that moment, the letter stops sounding fictional. It sounds inevitable. But money wasn't the match that set Oprah ablaze. According to sources close to her, it was something far more intimate, a rumor that sliced straight into her private life. December 17, 2025, whispers swirl through elite California circles involving Meghan and Stedman Graham. The rumors explode fast, and Oprah snaps. Stedman's camp rushes to shut it down, presenting airtight alibis. He was in Florida. Public stage. Crowds, photos, receipts. But then comes a twist no one expected. While denying the affair, his representatives drop another bomb. Meghan allegedly sent messages. Private. Overly familiar. Coffee invites. Heart emojis. Business proposals that cut Oprah out entirely. Not an affair. Something colder. Strategic. To Oprah, that was the real betrayal. Money could be repaid. Trust couldn't. By the time the letter was written, the decision was already made. This wasn't about salvaging a friendship. It was about severing it cleanly and publicly if necessary. Get out of my influence circle. And then, Harry. Prince Harry allegedly knew nothing. No letter, no debts, no messages. When the story detonates online, insiders say the argument inside the Montecito mansion was volcanic. Harry demanding answers, Meghan deflecting, excuses colliding with disbelief. Harry didn't just lose his temper, he lost certainty. Oprah wasn't just a friend, she was the lifeline after exile, and if the accusations were true, then the betrayal wasn't just Meghan's, it was his. As Oprah's representatives finally step out of the shadows, they don't whisper anymore. They warn. Evidence exists. Messages exist. And if repayment and accountability don't happen fast, court will. That's when the silence begins. Social media locked. Arkewell dark. Meghan disappears. And silence in this world screams louder than any denial. Is this damage control or collapse? Because when a benefactor threatens exposure, when a husband starts questioning everything, and when a woman known for controlling the narrative suddenly goes quiet, Hollywood knows what comes next. And this is only the beginning. The silence doesn't feel peaceful. It feels strategic. The kind of silence that happens when someone is counting options, lawyers, exit routes. Inside Montecito, according to leaks that start dripping like a slow poison, the atmosphere turns unbearable. No glossy speeches, no inspirational buzzwords, just slammed doors, clenched jaws, and a marriage suddenly stripped of its shared script. Harry isn't playing along anymore. The protector mask slips, the blind loyalty cracks. He's asking questions Meghan can't spin. Why was the letter hidden? Why was Oprah kept in the dark for months? Why are there private messages that were never mentioned? And the most dangerous question of all, what else don't I know? Sources whisper that Harry starts digging on his own. Quiet phone calls. Late-night conversations with advisors he trusts, not the ones curated for press optics. And what he hears rattles him. Financial obligations masked as support. Introductions sold as favors. Promises made casually, broken deliberately. This isn't just about money anymore, it's about character. Meanwhile, Oprah's camp doesn't back down. They don't posture, they wait. That's what power does when it knows the receipts are real. The word evidence starts appearing more often. Screenshots, dates, threads of conversations that, if released, wouldn't just embarrass, they would reframe everything the public thought it knew. Behind closed doors, Meghan's strategy fractures. One camp pushes for an aggressive counterattack, paint Oprah as vindictive, emotional, weaponized identity politics. The other camp panics. They know this isn't a blogger. This isn't a tabloid. This is a woman whose credibility is bulletproof and whose patience just ran out. And then the most chilling move happens. Harry allegedly offers to pay. Not Arkewell money, not joint accounts. His money, inheritance, personal funds, the last untouched symbol of independence he had left. The sources say he believes paying the debt quietly might keep those messages sealed, might stop the public dissection, might buy time. But money doesn't erase betrayal. Oprah doesn't respond immediately, and that delay sends Montecito into full meltdown mode. Because the message is clear, this isn't a negotiation, it's accountability. As days pass, divorce speculation explodes. Reddit threads, legal analysts, royal insiders revisiting every uncomfortable clip, every stiff body language moment, every time Harry looked more exhausted than in love. The narrative shifts fast, from power couple to ticking time bomb. Then comes the line Harry reportedly delivers during a fight that staff overhear and never forget. "I didn't leave my family to become collateral damage." That sentence changes everything. For the first time, Meghan isn't controlling the pace. Harry starts pulling away, not publicly but emotionally. Trust erodes in silence, and when trust goes, everything else follows. Meghan's disappearance from public platforms only deepens suspicion. This is a woman who built an empire on visibility. Silence is not her brand. So why vanish now? Because every statement risks contradiction. Every word risks subpoena. Every denial risks evidence. And Oprah's side knows it. Another leak hits, quiet but lethal. Legal teams are preparing documents. Not for spectacle, for court. The phrase manipulative conduct appears. So does misrepresentation. This isn't gossip language, this is legal framing. If it reaches open court, it won't be about feelings. It'll be about timelines, transfers, communications, and motive. Hollywood notices. Invitations dry up. Phone calls stop being returned. Deals pause. Studios don't want proximity to a scandal where the ending isn't controlled by PR, but by judges. The most brutal part? Meghan's usual allies don't rush to defend her. Silence spreads outward, like people instinctively stepping back from a collapsing building. Harry feels it too. The isolation. The realization that the American dream he bet everything on was built on unstable ground, and now he's paying, emotionally, financially, reputationally. Behind the scenes, divorce discussions allegedly begin not as a threat, but as a contingency. Lawyers consulted, assets reviewed, custody implications whispered, not because it's certain, but because it's no longer unthinkable. And Oprah? She stays silent. That silence terrifies them more than any interview ever could. Because when she finally speaks, it won't be emotional. It'll be precise. The public starts asking the question no one wanted to ask before. Without Oprah, without Harry's unwavering support, without the carefully crafted victim narrative, what remains? Is Meghan a misunderstood woman being targeted, or a strategist who finally pushed too far? By early 2026, the mood shifts from scandal to reckoning. Media outlets stop speculating and start preparing timelines. Royal commentators speak openly about separation as probability, not rumor. Financial analysts describe Archewell as structurally vulnerable. The empire built on trust now owes it, publicly, and the irony is impossible to ignore. The woman who once spoke about truth, compassion, and accountability now faces the very thing she weaponized against others. A spotlight she can't control, a narrative she didn't write, and a letter that refuses to stay buried. Because some debts aren't financial, they're moral, and when they come due, no amount of silence can stop the collapse. That's the question hanging over 2026 like a storm cloud. Does this end in court, or in divorce, or in both? And when the final truth drops, who will be standing alone in the wreckage? If you want this story to continue even deeper, say the word.